There we go. There we go. Dog. Woohoo! Howdy, folks. So, what in the world? So I'm on my way back from the Mississippi. I had a pretty rough day today. I did catch fish, but the last 2 trips that I've had to the Mississippi has been kind of rough. But I told myself whenever I started this YouTube thing, I was not gonna post a video with less than 3 fish on it being caught. I mean catfish. You catch shad, stuff like that, and it don't count. I'm talking catfish. So this is a combination of 2 videos or 2 trips. Sometimes your hard days is whenever you learn the most. And it's just, you gotta hunt for fish, you gotta find them, and then the reward at the end of it, or when you do find the fish, is worth all the wait, the effort, and everything else. So this fish that I caught in this video, 1 of 3, by the way. This fish that I caught in this video is the most adrenaline I've had in a long time off of fish. Just because I'd worked so hard for it all day long. And I'm telling you, I put in a day for him too. It's a pretty good fish. I think I fished close to 10 hours today, 8. All in all, probably poles in the water 6 hours. Time I motor around and scan for fish, check different places. I moved probably 25 times today. But like I said, the fish that I caught today is the best fish that I've caught in a long time. And the trip before that was during the hurricane, and I didn't ever post it because I only caught 2 fish. So I'm gonna combine the 2 videos, so I got a 3 fish video. So I hope y'all enjoy my adrenaline rush I get off this, because I sure did. And I will see y'all later. Well, folks, I finally found enough fish in a pile to suitably fish them. We're in 30 foot of water here. But what this is a granary and a port authority. I've fished here before. I ain't never caught nothing. Ain't no sign that we ain't gonna catch nothing here today. I've always thought that if a feller was gonna catch a sure enough the big one, it would be here. Just because it's the right kind of water, and they was flat the fish laying down there. We'll finish out the day here. Give them about 30 minutes, because there was so many of them down there. So I've got a skipjack head and a double hook set up on that white pole, because I'm after something big. I've got bigger pieces on all my other poles too. I come today with the intention of getting a big one. So all we need is the monster takedown. I'm confident enough right here with this place, I'm gonna get my dip net ready. because like I said, I think if I get one here, it'll be a good one. Them guys loading that grain's got to be washing right through here. Surely if them fish is on grain, they'd like a piece of skipjack. There's been so much boat activity on the water today. I seen 7 what we used to call loopers. Houseboat looking things. Seen 7 of them go through at once, and there's been probably a half a dozen other ones up through here, singles. Probably 10 barges or so. I kind of feel good about this place. Got the right amount of current. There was 8 or 10 fish down there on sonar. Right behind the drop off. There we go. There we go. Dog. Woohoo! He ain't my monster, but he's a start. God, that feels good to get one. He's nowhere near a bad fish. So I just now think he just now got hooked. Dog, that feels good to have a fish on. Feels even better to call him. I've worked hard for this fish today. I was making sure my camera was recording. Boy, them GFXs, I say it every time I hook a fish, them things are a fun rod. The hook set ratio is the best rod I've ever fished with. He's just down there digging. Look at where he bulled at. He's 12 foot, 14 foot down. Guys, this adrenaline rush I get off these catfish is nothing compared. Even this fish ain't all that big, but it's just to call it, hunt all day for one. Intended on getting a big one today, and right at the end of the day it happens. But like I said, he ain't no monster, but it is sure a good one. I've got my jacket laid down here where it's fixing to get wet. Probably a 15-pound fish. Yeah, he'll probably go 20, folks. Nice big head on him. I guess old boy's gonna kick up a wave. I might ought to sit down. Usually now's when the catfish will bite, whenever these waves are so bad you can't fight them. Of course, that's the good thing about fishing behind these dikes. So backwash knocks the waves down. Well, folks, we're fishing. It's in the middle of that hurricane that come up through there, Helene, or however you want to pronounce it. So I didn't get to go to the Ohio. It's still pouring down rain over in that direction. The river's kind of probably going wild. This is a tributary that runs into the Mississippi. Usually, the Mississippi's about a mile and a half down that way. Usually when this tributary goes to bucking water down through here like this, they bite up and down it. So it's been shallow so long, I don't know how far these things has moved up into it. So, like right now, we're in 7 foot of water. 4 days ago, this would have been almost out of the water. It'd have been about a foot deep. But this is a deep hole, in a narrow place in it that's washed out. We will see. I've caught a lot of fish up and down this thing throughout my life. We can only try and hope. I doubt I get out on the river today, but then again, you never know. I might wind up out there. I just don't want to take a teetotal soaking. But I can get soaked out here just as easy as I can on the river, so it don't matter. I got my canopy up already, so I don't have to rush and fiddle with it. And it's blowing pretty doggone good out here too. Sometimes it's blowing 30 miles an hour. So that'll keep me away from the river a little bit. I don't necessarily care to get on it whenever it's blowing like that, but it just makes it a little harder to fish and harder to film. If I can catch them here, then there's no need to get out there. If I can't catch them up and down through here, then there might be need to get out there. It's all in how this thing rolls out. It's got about a 3 mile an hour current in it for. We might sit here and catch 3 50-pounders right off the bat and go back home, back home time to eat breakfast. I've seen it go all different directions. I wanted to get some live perch, because them flatheads move whenever it's doing this too, but they'll bite, cut, skipjack, and I didn't want to take my soaking yesterday for them. We'll give this hole about 10 minutes. We don't get a good takedown, we'll move on downriver. I know that there's big blue cat in this stretch of river somewhere. It might just take us a little bit to find them. I'm kind of halfway surprised I ain't got a channel cat bite yet. So I put this canopy up and it won't rain a drop. That way it's good and in my way and I can cuss it all day. Folks, whenever I was a kid, this is the situations that I would take off work off the farm for. Whenever it come a thunderstorm through and it got the rivers up like this and they was doing this, I'd take off work, and of course, you know, I couldn't do much after rain on the farm, so this is the times I always fished. It always brings back memories when I'm on a little river like this. And old muddy waters rolling by, trees. There's a level of excitement to me. I've caught 40-pound flatheads in drainage ditches and it doing this. And then the water temperature dropped 8-10 degrees, so it might have threw them off kilter on that, but I don't think so. I think we'll find them here directly. Like I said, they might not have had time to move up to here yet, other than little channel cat. I seen some big ones down there on sonar, but that could be anything in that hole right there. And they could be, like I said, 5 or 6 50-pound blue cat laying there. This is the first deep hole in a few miles, so. And I say deep, it averages, like I said, about 7 foot deep right now, and then this one goes down to 16 foot. So it ain't like crazy deep. Gotta look upstream every once in a while, make sure there ain't no beaver dam coming at us. There we go. He come off. Foreshore blue cat. I kind of figured that right hand pole get hit more than any, because that deeper area is right over there in the current. Right there where it's a swirling. And all the chunks and stuff come down through here towards the right. So I can't anchor above it without taking the risk of getting all my poles slung out and having to move. It didn't take too long for that good bite. See how them chunks is going down through there? We're gonna give them about 5 more minutes and we're gonna move on down just a hair. Like I said, there's better places to fish on down, and they might have not have moved up here by now. Everywhere we went this year has been a hurricane. Every weekend I've gotten off. Last time I drove completely out of it to fish, but the last 3 days of our Virginia trip was messing with a hurricane. The last weekend I was off, we had to go plumb up to Chester, Illinois to get out of it. Today I was like, I'm just gonna fish in it. Because if I drove to Chester, Illinois to get out of it, it wouldn't have rained here. See what them fish do, they come up these rivers like this feeding whenever it's coming up and it's got all this trash floating down it. And then they'll run across these holes where there ain't a lot of current. And they'll congregate there, kind of rest up. And whatever food that is coming down this river will fall off in that hole, and then they just sit there and gorge themselves. I think I'm gonna go down there and get set up on the next hole before that rain shower hits, because I'd rather be sitting than trying to hunt fish while it's raining. I'll see y'all here directly. Well, folks, we'll try it here for a little bit. This is a outside bend, and it's a hair deeper down through there with a lot of trash in it. Usually holds fish. All these kinds of places like this hold fish on their travels upstream. It's got kind of a current break right there. Be a real good place for channel cat. Hopefully there's a blue or a flathead laying in there. And it's just plumb full of bait flipping around, doing whatever bait do on days like today, probably running from all the fish that's in this hole. But I didn't scan these fish on the way down, but I did up. Like I said, you can always scan a little bit better going upstream. We'll give her about 15 minutes here and then go on up to the next little hidey hole. I'll be very surprised if we don't get a channel cat bite here. And do not kid yourself. I've seen 50-pound blues come out of this hole too. I wouldn't have stopped here for a channel cat. What do y'all think it is? I'd say it's a pretty big fish. I haven't got him turned yet. There we go. Hopefully it ain't no gar. It ain't fighting like a duck gar. It's kind of bulldogging like a flathead, but it didn't bite like a flathead. Kind of going upstream. I guess I ought to get my dip net. whatever I've done with it. See how much stuff I can tangle it up on. It ain't a monster fish by no means, but it's a good first fish. I don't know if I could turn a monster fish here without undoing the anchor. Boy, I like these GFXs. We're about to get a visual. Well, I said we was. Nice 8-9 pound blue cat. Might be 10. Good fish. Trying to do this quiet as possible, folks, because we're in this shallow water and I want to catch another. Whew. I don't know, he might go 15. He's a good fish. Nice, pretty white one. Good looking, healthy. I'm gonna turn him back so I can catch him again one of these days. Well, folks, here we are again. The wind's calmed down a little bit and that boat's gone. Still pretty doggone windy here, but we can handle it. You'll hear a lot of wind noise in the camera. I'm sorry about that, but I know that we can catch fish here. That's the key. We might have to jack around with bait a little bit, get some fresher bait on, do some little things like that, but I know they're here. They ought to start pulling back out of this ditch because the river's starting to fall. Good takedown, folks. Good takedown. Look at him go. Look at him go. Might be a pretty good one to put in the cooler for airing. Might be too big for that too. Size put in the cooler. Hell, I don't know. I don't like to put them in the cooler if they weigh over 8. That thing will weigh 10 or so. I need to dip that. We'll see how he looks when I get him in the boat. He's borderline's what he is. I think he's too big. I don't like to clean them if they're very big. They're good to eat, but you got to work on them and do stuff to them, and plus they're too good a fish to breed. And yeah, that thing will go 10, 12 pounds. Another nice blue for today. Back in the water. Well, folks, I think I'm about to call it. It's been a long day on the river. Been a very pretty day. Fishing's been hard today. I fished all different kinds of water. I don't really think that they bit very good today, just due to the fact that I fished a little bit of everything and only caught that one fish. And they was quite a little wad of them fish down there. So I think that they're just holed up, and I just so happened to get that one in front of him. Hopefully if I sit here and talk long enough, there'll be one bite. But it's not looking good. Sometimes them barges will make them bite too. So I'm gonna give him about 5 minutes. I do not know what that was about. Maybe he's honking because he's happy. Maybe he's trying to run fish my way. Well, folks, I will see y'all the next time.